Ignition on, but no airbag light. I need to solve this, or the car won't pass the inspection. Good evening and welcome to another Project Quattro video, where I shall tackle yet another awesome fix previously done on this car. Since all other lights do come on, it cannot just be a fuse, so I'm gonna go straight to the instrument cluster and see what's the deal there. Removing it is very easy. Under this cover there are two Phillips screws, and then you just pull the cluster out. It has 3 connectors in the back, or it could be only 2 depending on the year. Just move the lever and they will pop out. Disassembling the cluster is pretty straightforward. You need to unclip both halves. Mind the clips on the side, these you might need to push in a bit. Also remove the 2 T10 screws, one on each side. Then carefully open it. To remove the needles, pull them upwards while rotating them counterclockwise. And then take out the phase gauges. You need to remove them all, not just the ones I'm showing in the video. This plastic part is clipped in many places, but fairly easy to remove and also to push back in. The screens also need to come out. You need to twist the hooks from the back for the metal bracket to pop out. Now let's see which light is for the airbag. So second from the bottom, therefore it should be here. But when taking a closer look, it is indeed missing. I shall not moralize about this hack job, not worth my time, let's just fix it. I bought a few red LEDs, the first one I used worked fine, but was noticeably brighter. I'm not a soldering expert, but with patience it was not too difficult. You also need to mind the polarity. Putting the cluster back together is easy, except for the positioning of the needles. I didn't get it the right first time. Take a photo before taking them off if you're tackling this job. Clean up any dust and carefully push it back together. Okay, let's see how we did. Hey, we have the light, just much too bright, but whatever. Here is a better shot of it. And with the engine running, no surprise there, the light stays on. To diagnose an airbag fault, you need a scan tool, so let's see what my trusted Autel has in store for us. Control module faulty. Well, that's almost too specific. But how can it be faulty? We can communicate with it and it is able to check resistance values. I'm just gonna try to clear the faults and see what happens. Computer says no. So, I bought this airbag reset tool on eBay. It is supposedly able to clear this code. Would be interesting if it works. It plugs into the OBD port just like a scan tool. Okay, let's see. First you're supposed to go declear. Taking its time. Okay, says success. That's promising. So, what does the scan tool say? Ha! No codes indeed. And the light on the dash is gone. I guess it should go off even before starting the engine. The airbag module is located under the central console and requires a lot of work to reach it. But first, I'm gonna check the electrical system as per the instructions that came with the replacement module. Allegedly, the airbag module can go wonky at low voltages, so I'm starting with the parasitic draw check, which looks okay with 28 mA. Then I checked the battery, but it failed the test. Even after charging overnight, it never reached above 12 volts. I've bought a new one, and first we need to remove these 2 plugs as per instruction label. As this car has a ventilation hose, I will transfer the old adapter to the new battery. Let's also do a quick test. It's fairly charged, therefore we're good to go. And last one on the list is the alternator. It passed the charging test And with a few accessories and lights on, it's still passing 12 amps to the battery. I think it's safe to say that we are good on the power side. The airbag module is hidden beneath the center console, which needs to be fully removed. It is quite a job, and we'll start from the back. Remove the cigarette lighter and pull the vent upwards and out. Disconnect all the cables. The first wood trim can be removed, then reach for the vent pipe inside and carefully yank it out. Unscrew the first nut, use the 14mm socket. Remove the small storage tray and scavenge for any treasures you may find. This lighter still works. Underneath is another 8mm screw. Now remove the stick and trim piece underneath it. If you have an automatic, you can always sell it and buy yourself a shifter. Disconnect the mirror switch and multimedia buttons if you have that option. My manual said that the rear console should come out now, but the cable for the handbrake is in the way, so you need to disconnect it first. We now move to the front part of the console, where we have more stuff to remove. Start with the ashtray and the frame around the radio and climate control. To remove the radio, the keys for the Mercedes will not work and can get stuck. You need the Volkswagen ones, which look quite similar. Just insert them and pull out the radio. Navigation unit should be similar, just requiring 4 keys. The HVAC unit is held in with 4 8mm screws, one in each corner. Then you can remove the ashtray tray. The frame on the top is unclipped in a similar way and there are 2 more screws behind it. The entire plastic housing is now held in with only one more 10mm nut, hidden behind this small cover at the driver's side. Then it should be loose and be able to be removed. The frame behind it has 4 more screws at the top. Just 2 last air ducts to go, and here's our airbag module. Replacing it is actually the easiest part of the job. Just remember to disconnect the battery for at least 15 minutes before. It shouldn't have power if the ignition is off, but it's good practice nevertheless. If you haven't already, make a note of the part number. The replacement man should have the same one down to the last letter. The replacement module already came coded, which is 00160 for my options. Otherwise you need to check, and if needed, code the module. Reassembly is time consuming as well, and it's easy to forget the order of steps. Start with the air ducts. Then move on to the frame of the radio and connect all the connectors. Even the cup holder has one. Now reinstall the other frame connect the ashtray and secure it along with the climate control. Radio may have different connectors depending on the module. Don't forget the ground connector. I opted for a used armrest and will be installing it along the way. It basically just needs an additional bracket and an appropriate trim cover. Then reinstall the rear center console. Don't forget to fish out any connectors for the switches. And reinstall all the trim pieces. And reattach the armrest if you have it. one last air duct, and a couple more cables for the rear vent. At the very end, refit the shifter. Now let's see if the new model works. Good, no codes present, and also with the engine running, our airbag light is finally gone.